welcome back to another video episode. Appreciate those that are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you're listening and watching in from. I appreciate you very much. But if this is your first time tuning in, I'm Dr. Marva. I am an inspirational speaker and the author of The Promise Tested. Now in today's video episode, I want to talk to you specifically about making assumptions in your marriage. You know, there's a little funny catchphrase that I oftentimes would hear people say, and I won't say it because of the nature of who I am as a person morally, but you'll be able to infer what I'm saying in a moment. You know, there's a phrase that says, when you make assumptions about people, you're making an shh out of yourself. So the first three letters of the word assumption is what you're making out of yourself. It's the same word as the word donkey, right? That's what you're making out of yourself when you come into a marriage with those ideas. This is an assumption. An assumption is basically when you assume that someone should fit a particular character, personality, or mode based upon how you think they should do it. So it really boils down to your perceptions and how you see it. I remember when Stan and I first got married, we both were walking in assumptions, right? He had told me before that when he got married to me, that his view of what he thought a wife should be was going to be different than what it was when we were dating. I couldn't understand that for the longest time. But as I began to grow in that marital relationship, I began to see that even as myself, I had made assumptions along the way as well, where I saw him in one light as what I pictured him to be, right? When in actuality, he wasn't this particular person, but he was this person. Now, there was nothing wrong with him being this person, but because in my mind, I had calculated this idea of what I thought the ideal husband should be and how they should flow and how they should walk and things that they should do and how they should say things, I perceived him in this place here. So here's the damage of doing that. When we make assumptions and we assume that when we marry someone, they're automatically going to flow the way we think they should flow. They're going to operate from whatever mindset we feel like they should operate from. They're going to have the same values, the same principles, the same personality that we have. We are doing exactly what that phrase says. And we're making, I want to say the worst part of that, but we're making a donkey out of ourselves. What are we doing? We are not allowing that person to be the person that God has created that person to be. So how can we avoid falling into this trap of feeling like, you know, this person should be this way or should be that way? We have to learn how to value who God created that person to be. I never forget when the epiphany came on for me, the light bulb came on for me. I had spent years and years and years and years being frustrated because I had this picturestic view in my head of how I assumed my husband should flow as my husband. When I finally got that light and God showed me, look, this is how I created him. I didn't create him this way, but I created him this way. When I finally got that revelation, I was finally able to come to a place of valuing truly who God has created him to be. And I began to see how great and a wonderful husband he truly was to me. Not that I devalued him and felt as though he wasn't a good husband, but it was something about when I finally got that light bulb on the inside that I began to be able to just point out from point A to point Z all of the positives that I saw in him because God began to reveal to me how he had wired him and how he had created him to be. And he's such a wonderful man. And so I want to encourage you, and I hope that made sense to you. I want to encourage you that when you enter into any kind of relationship, don't make these assumptions that they're going to be this way or that they should be that way. I want you to do three things. One, I want you to value the person that God created them to be. Secondly, God did not create them exactly the way that you might perceive that they should be. And thirdly, realize who it is that God created them to be and begin to cherish that person. I promise you, when you do those three things, you're going to start viewing things in a different light, and you're probably going to see your relationship with your husband go to the next level. Once again, I hope that's been helpful for you. If it was, and if you feel like it can be helpful to anyone else, I invite you to share this video. I invite you to like it and to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Once again, this is Dr. Marva, inspirational speaker and author of The Promise.